Amen. Boop, beep.
Hold your fist up and make it.
Give me a bottle of vinegar. So you want to welcome everybody to Arizona Glow. We've got all sorts of awesome things to talk about this Christmas time of year now. And so we were talking over the weekend.
There we go.
Kind of piggybacking on what we were talking about last week on how there's a whole lot of just food and things like that offered all over the place all the time. And to be mindful during this holiday time of year. What I like to kind of hearken back to, question for you, is that trip that we made with the two older kids. We're Star Wars crazed, had to go to Disneyland.
Kimber's birthday trip.
Oh, yeah. We're name dropping now?
Oh, she's never been to Disneyland. Might as well.
All right, anyway.
No. Her daughter's 17th birthday trip. Or Christmas trip.
She's spoiled rotten.
She had never been except when she was 2.
So she had been. So she had never been is not accurate.
I don't know if that counts.
She had been.
Okay.
Boy, she played us like a fiddle.
I mean, she was 17. It's not like she played us like a fiddle. Anyway. It's not, okay.
So we take she and Speed there. So we take Reed and Kimber over to California. That was an actually fun trip.
Yeah.
But kind of to wrap this up, we had a lot of time to ourselves. And I don't remember getting hosed food-wise, and I think we talked about it in the last pod, but let's drill down on it again just for fun. I mean, we hit the corn dog stand, which is a must if you're going there. And then they have those one kebab thingies in Adventureland.
Oh, my gosh.
Those things are friggin' good.
Those are really good. I don't know if anyone knows about those.
Those are great. I don't know what the place is called, but I know how to find it.
It's the Jungle Cafe.
Oh, there you go. Now we know what the place is called.
It's in the Safari Land or the
Adventureland.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Indiana Jones ride is and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right across from that.
Yeah. So that's a good. And those kebabs are good. And we didn't. We went pretty heavy on the kebabs. We went there a few times.
We could have gone heavier too.
Probably.
We just had, but it was perfect.
I remember going back and ordering more what I remember. Going, this ain't going to cut it. These are good.
They were so good. The chicken ones were like the best. The beef too.
The beef. That was the bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like it was real heavy or anything.
Did you say the bomb?
Yeah, it was the bomb.
Yeah.
Is that so yesterday?
I think so. Yeah.
It's not bussin' anymore?
It's not bus. Yeah. It's not Riz. It's not the Riz.
So I have therefore lost my Riz?
Yeah. No, you still have that.
I have Riz?
You can't get rid of that.
Okay.
You cannot get rid of the Riz.
But I remember, and so we walked around. We did pretty much what we wanted to do ride-wise because Reed and Kimber were just doing their own blooming weird thing, making sure that they got almost $200 lightsaber type deals, which they both have kept for whatever reason.
Well, that's important.
It's important.
That was special.
So they have something.
That was actually special.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Well, look, it gives
them and
it gives each of them something to sell when they want to buy some weed or something.
I don't think that'll be the first thing to go. I think those will be cherished forever.
Okay. So the surprising part was not a surprise to me, if you remember. But we got back, and you, I think this is one of the first trips you didn't bring the scale on. Like you just had forgotten it or whatever. But for a handful of 2 or 3 years, you had brought a scale everywhere we went. And you'd stand on it. Do you remember those days?
I do. Yeah, I do. But I also remember a lot of trips that I would wait till the end. Or when we got home, and then the next morning I would weigh.
So this one you weighed the next morning. after we got back. And we'd been gone 3 days or so, I think, if I remember right.
Well, you didn't finish telling them what we ate. We ate
the corn
hot
dogs
fudge sundae.
Oh, yeah, we did eat.
We had popcorn with, I don't know if it had butter or not, but we had popcorn. We had hot fudge
old
sundae.
School little popcorn stand.
Was it brownie hot fudge or just hot fudge
just
sundae?
Straight up. It
Oh,
was
so
with me.
good. I'd never had
me,
that.
I don't do the fancy stuff. I just like the old school.
Yeah, I don't think I had a churro. I might have. That's what I would usually go. The time before I would have a churro, all the kinds of churros. Like once every 2 hours, I'd have a churro at least, and then I would have a corn dog, which would be good. But we ate the corn dog with half the corn off because
half the breading because it makes a nice strip, a runway for the mustard.
Yeah, because it was just too much.
Oh, it's brilliant.
We can't even taste.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's the best corn dog on the planet, especially if you do it that way. You got to make a little canal there.
Yes, yeah. The dog canal.
Yeah, something right like that. Dog canal.
Condiments.
Yep. And you were down a pound when we got back.
I was down. Yeah, I'd been. I actually think I was down 2.5, and I hadn't been to that weight. I think it was 137, and I had not. No, 135, and I had not hit 135 by that point. I've been pinballing, whatever, to between 37 and 39, I guess, 139. I think that's about those numbers, but it was the pound lower than the lowest that I'd seen in years. So,
and I remember you going, oh my gosh, we just went to, and had, didn't feel regulated, didn't feel.
No. And ate everything we wanted.
Yeah, it was a fun trip. I mean, I remember vaguely the foods that we ate because usually that's kind of where we gravitate to anyway. The 2 times we've been there, maybe 3, I don't know. But,
yeah.
But I will say that it's interesting now that we're coming on. What I wanted to kind of bring that back into this pod for was when people want to know, okay, why is there, okay, let's do a thought experiment. How many New Year's resolutions did you make before you decided you were going to make a lifestyle change?
How old was I when we got married?
Oh, man.
36, 37.
37, maybe.
Like 30 years.
So 30 years running of, I'm going to do this different this year.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, high school.
Yeah. Okay.
So 16.
So realistically, most of your life you utilize that New Year's resolution wish.
I thought it was fun. I like new beginnings sound fun, or there's something kind of, so it would be exciting. And to start a new Weight Watchers program.
Right.
Again.
Start Weight Watchers again. Jenny Craig, here keto, we come. Or
again,
keto or paleo. Or
I never did Jenny
again.
Right. Again. It's kind of exciting.
Operative word. Again.
Yep.
What I think is interesting is, again, you didn't, none of it worked.
Never.
And then you marry this boring guy that's like, what's wrong with Tuesday?
Yeah.
Why wait till Monday? Let's go. Why wait till the weekend's over? So that translates into, I like to get through holidays, enjoy the holiday time. But the holidays for me is about the relationships. It's about the people that we're with. I was telling you yesterday that, my mom was struggling with her knee. She just had her knee replacement. She's in rehab for the knee replacement, getting that thing back in action. Yeah. And she's having a rough moment in time. Saturday, she had a little bit of complications. But she was going through a rough time, so my dad called for a little bit of help on Saturday morning, and it was nice to go over there and just hang with them. And I find that so many of us make it about the food, but not about the relationships.
It's so true. I'd never thought of that like that. I never thought of hanging out with someone without food involved, or bringing something, or let's work it around how we can get something to eat, or bring something to eat, or make something, or order something, or I mean, I know that was just a short period, but or going over to mom's house because she has that kind of treat or that kind of, I'll just grab one of those while I'm, something.
It's interesting because it does seem that there is an inadvertent, or wouldn't you think there's some sort of unspoken, I can eat more because there's a lot of other people around and they can eat too type thing. And I can have this pie, that pie, and that pie, just smaller pieces of each one. And I can do this and I can do that and I can do this and I can do that. But why are we even thinking about that? Why don't we just eat what we want to eat, what we set out to eat,
when we're hungry,
right?
And not think about it in between,
right?
Like not even, obsess about it.
Yeah, what was that rule you said? If you can't, it was the funniest thing. I think you said, if I can't run after whoever's stealing my car after dinner, then I ate too much.
I don't know if I ever said that.
Something like that. It was if I can't. It was something active. It was kind of funny. It was like random.
If I can't run after whoever stole my car during dinner.
After dinner, he said, if I can't run out, something like that, then I ate too much. So like if you can't, like if you got to unbutton your pants after Thanksgiving.
If I feel sluggish in any way, I have eaten too much. If I feel tired or lazy in any way, that is too much. And I just mean lethargic, not stuffed. But stuffed is the most uncomfortable feeling now.
Interesting.
And that used to be life.
And that used to be what you'd look forward to. It's like daily almost.
It was just a hazard. It was just something you did and dealt with because, you know what I mean?
So what are some like tips? What do you?
You did the same thing. Yeah. I mean, you have the same story, and that was because the boring guy over here did it. Had lost his weight, and because to me, diets don't work. Well, the success of it means the fat loss or the energy, the health gain, and then the maintenance of it, not any regain or any, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without.
It's a lifestyle. It's a fitness lifestyle. Yeah. You're fit, and you're not going up and down, up and down, up and down. You're kind of staying around the same.
Every diet might take weight off, but it doesn't work long term because it doesn't. It's not something you can do forever. It's not something you want to do forever.
Remember that movie? I know you're young.
Okay.
But there was this 80s movie with Doc Brown called Back to the Future, and most of your generation caught that one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I remember how funny some of the things were to McFly when he went back to 1955 from 1985. And, like, for example, they didn't have anything diet. Like,
right.
He said, "Hey, pal, can I get a tab?" He goes, "You want a tab? You got to order something."
Yeah. A Coke was a Coke.
Right. Coke was a Coke. And you want a Pepsi, pal? He said, "I want a Pepsi free." And no sugar, no caffeine. That's back in the 80s. They had such a thing. Pepsi
really?
Free, yes. And he said, "You want a Pepsi, pal? You got to pay for it." And so I find that
common sense.
It was funny. It was funny. But if we were to bring McFly in 1985, which, and put him into today's world and say, all right, check this out. And I can't believe it's not butter is rolled out.
Isn't that gone
Why can't you believe it's not butter?
Why can't you believe it's not butter?
It has 4,692 ingredients in it just to make it taste like butter.
Yeah, and it's runny. You have to spray.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. Or country crockett.
Yeah.
Boop, beep. And it's like, what's wrong with the one ingredient called butter?
Yeah.
It's better for you in general.
Yeah.
But then go back to that mindset of 1955, and there was no sugar-free sweeteners. There was
No.
There was none of that. As he's sitting there trying like crazy to order something without sugar in it, but with a fake sugar substitute, right?
Right.
A Pepsi free or a Diet Coke or whatever, and the guy's looking at him like, What are you smoking?
Yeah.
And finally goes, just get a coffee. I mean, that's the only thing he could do. And so I find that interesting that here we are with all of these options and all of these crazy things in front of us. And we're going to navigate with Arizona Glow. We're going to navigate, like, what are some good options? What are some good choices? What can we do? But right now, let's talk about holiday time, because it's like, it's not feeding frenzy, but it's also not.
I think you were going to say, what would McFly say if he was transported to the Disneyland trip that we went on to now, or say that kind of thing?
No, I was thinking more holiday thing. That was vacation. I equate holiday, vacation, and we've got all of these gatherings. And the reality was, it's about the relationships. Like my mom, going over there and just
the feel of
being able to hang with her, and I wasn't like climbing through her cupboards or to see what goodies she's baked.
You didn't even offer to bring her anything to eat, or to bring her a treat to feel better, and she doesn't want it. She wouldn't take it if you did.
Well, she might. Right? Depends. If it's a zinger.
She doesn't like the zingers nowadays. Oh. She just told me that.
Oh, all right.
She said they're crap now. Zingers and ding-dongs are not what they used to be, and so.
My mom is a cute lady. She's 5'0". She weighs 100 and nothing, and she's been an exercise individual her whole life. I've never known her not to jog, and.
Well, that's the problem with the knee replacement. She cannot jog, and I don't know. I don't remember how long you said that she put it off, because.
She put it off for a decade.
She lived with knee pain because
she was worried about the complications.
Because her day is better. And so we've gotten to see that. I've never seen that before in her, and we got to see that when she had her first complication, the first extension of downtime.
No, she considers
it's a hard thing.
She considers these runs of hers, and she also works out a little bit, but kind of a junior primary workout. She's kind of does the. Actually, she probably work us both into the ground. Yeah, probably.
She could. She's.
She's 70 years old and is legit.
No, she is a power.
Yeah, she's awesome. And she's cute. I'm glad I look like her and not my dad. I hope he watches this one.
It's a good mix.
That'll be fun.
You're the perfect mix of the two of them.
No, there is no perfect mix between the two of them. Nate can say that.
Okay.
James can say that. Me and Annie scored.
You all scored. You're all beautiful. Very beautiful.
Yeah. She has to say that because there's a camera right there.
No, I love that. You guys all are. Your dad's complete frame, exact,
Katie's
and then your mom's.
Too.
Yeah.
Thomas struggles. Love that dude.
No, they're all beautiful.
Anyway, let's carry on. So the thing is with this, holidays. The whole point is there is no reason to wait till after the weekend I'm going to start this. The New Year's I'm going to do this. Yes. It never works. It does not work. What works is being mindful now, finishing, being done when you've had enough, when you're nourished, and
eating on purpose.
I enjoy being a pound or two down every time we get back from a vacation.
Yeah.
We go out of town as often as we can, get away from all the kids.
Yep.
And I enjoy the fact that part of our vacation is hunting and pecking for a new place to eat this or whatever, and we're not crazy about, if you're feeling Mexican, we're going Mexican. If you're feeling salad, we're going salad. So pizza pie, you're going pizza pie. Whatever the case might be. Oh, yeah, the burger that one time. And that was a good place.
The burger, but then that salad we like. Yeah. That's so good, and you can't find it anywhere. I mean, there's nowhere else.
That is a good salad.
And then half the time they don't do it.
Was that $18.99?
No, that's the Irish pub.
Oh, yeah, that place is ridiculous.
It's so good, that salad. It's a bummer really when they don't do it.
Well, when they don't do it, it's because we went there in lunchtime. Too late. No, it was lunchtime, and it was too early. Remember that?
Yes, and the time before that, though, it was too late. Remember, it was like...
Oh, yeah, they just had the kitchen down. They just had the bar food. We got duped.
Yeah, and we'd waited a long time.
We did not have the luck of the Irish.
Something came up, when we were supposed to go to dinner.
Something's in her eye.
Yeah, and it took us a couple hours longer again, and so it worked. But anyways, but then we leave it and we don't obsess about it or even think about it again until the next time we're there.
Right. And so our vacations aren't revolved around food. It's just something that, food is fuel. Mm-hmm. And we're on vacation and we stop when we're good. And we stop when we're full and we usually do a brunch type thing out when we're getting out of Dodge. Mm-hmm. And that's
his thing. He loves the breakfast.
I do. I like breakfast food.
I'm fine with it either way, but he loves the ham and eggs.
I know. I'm an old man. I love it though.
Yep.
Ham and eggs, baby.
It's good. It is good.
Yeah, and I try to go easy on the hash browns, but I'm sometimes fail at that venture. But the fun part about all of this is
well done.
The fun part about all this is to get back and not notice a difference whatsoever.
Right. Well, to be literally lower, I that's interesting. We do walk. The same amount as you walk now, almost, maybe a little more.
Yeah, on vacations I walk a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I don't walk as much as you, either place, but we do always end up coming back lighter. Yeah. Which the scale needs to be. We need to talk about the scale sometime because that's a trigger, or that's a.
Yeah, we're going to talk about scale fright in the next go because I think scale fright's a big thing. People just
it's huge.
It's data. And let's climb into that next go.
Yeah, that's a whole...
But we've got the holidays here. Just be mindful over the holidays.
Yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And it also, you don't have to eat things you don't want to eat just because they're told, you're told they're good for you. Like salad, we have certain salad leaves.
Choose what you want.
Yes.
And stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Choose what
Plan
you want.
for it.
Right. Yeah. And don't wait for the New Year's. Start now. Mm-hmm. Just start now making the better decision.
Right now. Yeah, the next
time. Yep. Today, right now. Just watch this and go, okay, I'm going to start. Mm-hmm. And then you need a little bit of
motivation or
motivation.
Momentum.
They can start throwing in some comments and asking you what to do.
Yeah, please. I mean, I'd love to put up a before and after, and it took me a long time, and you back then, it took you a long time. And
it's been like 17 years. I mean, I look
17 years, but you really helped guide.
But you helped refine me up. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm seeing where you're going, and I'm going to have to keep up with this. This is not looking good for the home team. I'm much older than you are.
Whatever.
I'm going to be limping behind you, but I better limp fast.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Whatever. I still have to catch. I still have to run these heels.
Well, it's a good thing you have the heels. Mm-hmm. That levels the playing field a little bit for us old guys. I don't have a cane yet.
Never. You never will, cowboy.
You never know.
Ever. That's all
right. So have a good holiday. Have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy family. And
the portion is huge because if you only did that, you would feel good at the end of eating that food. It would be enjoyable, and you'd be able to concentrate on the relationships, and you would leave there feeling good.
So how big's the stomach?
Hold your fist up like this. Whoever you are, however tall.
Billy Idol it right now.
Hold your fist up and make a circle, and that is how big your stomach is. God-given. It might be, at this point, it could be, many fists.
So this is how big it should be. But this is how big
it should be, and this is when it's full, you'll feel satisfied. Not full.
Double O or double O?
Yes, both.
Okay.
No, double, what? L. Yes, double L. No double O. Any more than that, double O.
Oh, there you go. Mm-hmm. There you go.
And that's just not fun. No one likes to overeat. They really don't. You don't like to.
I got a bunch of dudes out there that I guarantee your money back is going, that chick's full of it. We all like to overeat.
I was. Yes. But you don't really like it because the food stops tasting good at some point. It stops feeling good at some point.
You feel like crap when you're done.
And then for hours after, you pay the price, a price that you didn't want to pay.
And then you go and do it again. Mm-hmm. What's
well, right.
I remember these days.
Trying to fill that huge stomach, but this is how big the God-given stomach is.
Yeah. We're supposed to do that again.
And you want to, get it back, and it will shrink back to its God-given size.
All right, let's
Let me
start
speak more clearly. This is
what am I going to get when
that's right. So be careful or be mindful about what you put in here. Don't put anything you don't want in here because it takes up room.
Amen.